Typing emails all day is absolutely soul destroying, one after another. Trying to sound clear, polite and professional, all while making sure you don't send some silly little typo that you know everyone on the trail will notice. And that's exactly why today I'm going to show you how I built a ChatGPT clone that now writes all my emails exactly like me, as if it was me, that saves me around 19 hours a month of all the typing. And now, to be clear, this is not ChatGPT writing the generic emails we've all tried and we've all received. This is how you build your own GPT that writes like a human, matches your tone, and turns a 10-minute typing activity into a click of a button. And at the end of this video, I will give you the exact copy and paste prompt that I used, which will allow you to build this for yourself in literally 2 or 3 minutes. Most people massively underestimate how much the day-to-day of email takes away from them. Despite the fact we hate it, we don't actually think about all the time we're losing to the typing and the reading. But the data actually shows that business owners and leaders spend around 15 hours a week on average simply typing emails. 15 hours stuck reading and typing. Time you could put into real work that moves the needle, or simply just finishing earlier and being at home with your family. And here's the big misconception. People never actually think about the time that it takes to put these emails together. You know exactly what you want to say the moment you want to say it, but it's the putting the fingers to the keyboard and getting that message into an email on the computer that drains the time. And before you hit send, you waste even more time rereading, rewriting, fixing tone, checking spelling errors, making sure the exact message you wanted to send has come across clearly without any mistakes. And that is exactly where the hours just evaporate. And the shift is really simple, yet no one ever seems to think about it. You shouldn't be typing long emails anymore. You should be deciding exactly what needs to be said and letting a system handle the writing, the typing and delivering the clarity for you. Because with using this GPT clone, I literally don't type long emails anymore. I drop a rough bullet list or quickly tell it what I want to say, and it produces an email that I would have written for myself, sounding like myself, probably better than myself. And I already know your first objection. Yep, but I've tried ChatGPT writing emails and I sound like a robot, or everyone can always tell that I'm using ChatGPT. Or that you're sat there going back and forth with it, telling it what to say, refining things, editing things, that end up taking longer than writing the email for yourself in the first place. But that's because it's generic. That's because you've given it no instructions, and being blunt, you don't really know how to use it properly. But when you build your own GPT that mimics your tone, your writing, your style of typing emails, it writes like a human, like you, every single time. So in this video, I'm going to show you how it works. And most importantly, how to build your own version in less than a couple of minutes. And show you how this single system can literally save you hours, days and weeks across the year. Not by working harder. As the old saying goes, working an awful lot smarter. Removing the time-wasting manual bit of using emails in our day-to-days that no one ever seems to solve. So let's get into it. So how do we build your cloned email persona? Very simple. It's going to be in 2 parts. And I've broken this down super easy for you. It does all the legwork, all the hard work, the confusing work for you. So part 1 is you're going to take the prompt that is in the YouTube description below. And that prompt is going to essentially analyze a couple of emails that you've already sent, so work you've already done, and work out exactly how you speak, the words you use, the sentence structure, your tone of voice. It's going to give you a analysis of how you talk in order to replicate that in the world of ChatGPT and AI. So we're going to take the prompt, analyze a couple of emails already sent, and then we're going to ask a couple of questions. So ChatGPT is going to ask you questions from the prompt just to clarify anything it can't quite get from the emails, to create an instruction manual for the GPT. An instruction manual that ChatGPT understands that will replicate your tone of voice in every email you ask it to type from that point onwards. So part 2 is we're going to take the user guide that we make in the first part. We're going to drop that into a GPT, which is going to build out for us automatically from the user guide, literally just from the instructions that this prompt makes for us, a GPT that is trained on our tone of voice, that replicates how we speak every single time, to create that wonderful little email clone that does all the legwork for us. So firstly, we're going to take the prompt. So you might be copy and pasting it from the YouTube description. You might have put it into your notes, but I'm just going to take it from here on this little online notepad window. It's a big old prompt. As you can see, lots of effort gone into this one for you to make it as easy as possible. And open up a fresh ChatGPT window, and I'm just going to paste the prompt. That's simple, and it's going to do the rest for us. You'll see now, it'll come straight back with, first, please paste 3 to 5 real emails you have personally written so I can analyze your tone of voice in depth. What you would do in this instance is go into, your Outlook and into your sent items and copy and paste these emails sort of here. What I've done just for the sake of right now is I have taken a couple of emails already. So Just makes the whole thing a little bit easier. Obviously, these are the emails I've just written for the sake of doing this. So you would copy and paste 5 in. I'm just dropping the 5 like this, and now it's going to analyze how we speak, how I talk. And that quickly is going to bring back a full analysis. And what this is for you here, this is a tone of voice sheet. So this is a draft sheet to understand exactly what your tone of voice is. Scrolling through, beautiful, all these different things. Often uses J or Joseph. Brilliant stuff. Easy signature patterns, easy J, great. So basically working out and breaking down the ways in which we talk to customers or via email to understand exactly how to communicate for us. So all the way through the bottom. Now we're on to phase 2. So that's that bit done. Now phase 2 is as simple. Do you want this tone of voice you have to be exactly as is, tweaked slightly, completely written in a sharper or deeper way? No, as is, please. You're wrong. So now it's going to ask us a couple of questions. So moving to phase 2, blows everything and reason infer before asking. Okay, so it's finalised the sheet. So now we're on to the questions. So I'm going to answer these questions ever so quickly, and I'll come back to you and talk you through them once I'm done. And I have answered the questions and run through them ever so quickly. So there's A to F. You will know how to answer these. There's things like your name. So despite the fact I've signed off in certain ways, it's going to ask you just to clarify and fill in the gaps of his thinking, just to confirm, how do you want to sign your emails off? Is there a few different names you use? Do you just want to use the one? Your job title so he knows who you are, to contextualise, give it a little bit more background. Are there key audiences? So is there anything we missed on the example emails? Just covering the cracks and the gaps of anything that perhaps wasn't in the emails that we sent and ensure there's tweaks. Now, the one I want to pay attention to here, any legal compliance stuff, definitely think about that. Is there anything you don't say in emails? Remember, you're going to be copy and pasting this, so you can always stop something before you send it because you're going to be reading it before you send. But anything you want the GPT to avoid, never say. I don't know, not in this case, but for me, the only thing I would pay a bit more attention to is question F. Do you want the GPT to write emails shortly or same length or slightly more detail when needed? If you want to come across in a certain way, if you like to be super thorough, if you like to address every single point, whatever that may be, this is your opportunity to take you and add an easy level, a hack button to be the email master that you always wanted to be. And you can tell ChatGPT how you wanted to do that. I've done it all. Let's click send, and what will come back next is our tone of voice sheet and the instruction manual for how this email is going to speak on the custom GPT. Phase 2 is completed. Final context and rules for this person. So it's done everything. So all these details, once again, is how that GPT is going to imitate our tone of voice and the instructions for it. And there's the system prompt for the GPT builder. Here we go. It's built it for us. So all I'm going to do here is copy and paste this. Copy and paste, copy and paste. And it's built this beautiful instruction for us. Like I said, it's the instruction that we was talking about just here. Our user guide. Oh, there's a blob. Oh, dearie me. On that note, let's show how to build a GPT. So back at the tone of voice analysis, and something really simple here. We're going to right-click, open a new tab. Just a little tip, if you use ChatGPT a lot or you want multiple windows open, right-click and open everything in different tabs. It means you can jump back and forth between things without the need to close things and have to reload all the time. Now, welcome to the home of GPTs on ChatGPT. If you've never been on this little area before, it's a bit like the Apple or Android App Store. It's full of other people's GPTs that they have made for specific use cases. I encourage you to come and have a look because you can use these. The GPT we are making is going to be private and personal to us, but there's loads of different things on your story writers, song maker, humanizer. That's a way of being able to humanize text very quickly, something somebody else has made. Loads of different things. But for the sake of today, all we're going to do, click the top right, create. And now what you're going to see here is two sides. This side is the GPT. This is the same way you use ChatGPT, okay? So think about how you type and converse in chat. That's the right side. The left side is the AI builder. So in the left side, you're going to see two tabs. You're going to see create and configure. Configure is like the manual way of going through and doing all the details, whereas create is like, I'm going to give it instructions and tell it what to do for me, and it will populate all these sections for you. For the sake of what we're doing right now, all we need is this. So we've copied, and now I'm pasting, and that prompt is going to go in and start building the GPT. Now, what I want to think about the GPT as is a bit like taking the power of ChatGPT, refining it into something that we want to use it for. So we're going to give it custom instructions or knowledge or information. So it's our own mini GPT. And it's done. So if I scroll to the bottom of this conversation, updating GPT, you already see here, writes emails exactly in Joseph's tone and structure. Reply to this customer's email in Joseph's voice, so we could just drop a customer email in there, click that button, give it a few little details, and boom, your email is done. Write a friendly update like Joseph, draft a Joseph tone follow-up, turn this thread into a Joseph-style reply. So that thread could just be, a long set of email trails that we're going to copy and paste into here, and it's going to contextualize all that and provide a response that we would write. You would write in your case, and I would write in my case. And this update in GPT here is just finishing building it. So that instruction is basically populating all of these little areas in here. As you can see now, is a description, the instructions, reply to conversation starters. So it's done all that legwork and hard work for us. It should be, and it's done. Would you like to use it? Perfect. So it's asked us one name we want to use. Joseph's email assistant is fine. And this is now done. It's going to try and give us a profile picture. This isn't working at the moment with GPT, so that will fail. Hopefully this is a moment of trust for me because I'm doing this live with you. Oh, it looks like the image didn't generate. There we are. And it's done. And that creating window up here is just saving that in the private little world. I'm just going to show you, just to keep this one to yourself, create only me, anyone with a link. If you want to send it to someone else, to give someone else the power of your email writing, then you could. But instead, we're going to keep this just for us. And click save. So just to give you an example, I'm going to type an email out ever so quickly. So here we are. Hope you're well. Just checking on your place last week. Can you give me an update on where things are up to? A few things I need to confirm this side. How do we still look for track that you mentioned? Has the warehouse confirmed the pick and pack schedule? Can you let me know if the quantity split was requested and accepted? And can you confirm the crew you'll be using so we can use on plan? So all I'm going to say here is all details confirmed. Delivery date on track. Has the warehouse confirmed pickup? Yes, confirmed. Can you let me know the quantity? Yes, it was. And DHL. So instead of typing this full email, I've just given the quick details. And what you can do as well is if you want to use a what's called voice to text app on you can actually speak directly into the text box and put those details through even quicker. And here we go. Hi Leslie, all good here, thanks for checking in. Quick update for you, we're still on track for delivery. I mentioned warehouse has confirmed the pick and pack plan. Your quantity split is all accepted. We'll ship this one to DHL. Perfect. So there's an email I can copy, paste and send back. And that was a lot quicker than having to type all that out. Times this by 20, 30, 40 emails a day. You're starting to get the picture of how much time this can save you. One quick note. This comes into so much more value. Like, it's incredible when you talk about those big long email trails, and you've received an email. It's a long big email. You've typed all the key details onto the email. You could copy and paste, add this into you with the email you've received, and then it'll build it out into a nice formal response, all written correctly with no spelling mistakes or errors, flowing, repeating yourself. So it's perfect for that as well. So even the short emails is great. Longer emails is amazing. Just get into the habit of opening a GPT like this, having the tab open and using it throughout your day. And it will save you hours. And for me, the biggest thing of all is peace of mind that I'm communicating consistently. It comes to a Friday afternoon, you're a bit tired, a bit fed up, a bit hungry, looking forward to the weekend, and you start to get a bit craxy. This stops you doing that. And it maintains that tone of voice and that your personal brand voice, both internally and externally, and gets things done so much quicker. Let me know if you've got any questions on that. And there we have it, how to build a GPT-powered clone that writes emails like you in seconds, and you can build this in quite literally 2 or 3 minutes using the prompt that is in the comments below. If you get into the rhythm and the flow of keeping this tab open and this GPT open to respond to emails, to increase how effectively you communicate, to make sure your emails say the points you want to say but don't take forever to write, this will work amazing wonders for you. It saves the time of writing emails, but it also makes sure that you're never caught short writing something that's slightly off spelling or comes across in the wrong tone, which means we can stay professional and consistent in all of our emails, both customer facing and internally, while buying back hours and even more time as the emails get longer and the detail gets more detailed. And if you want more information on things like this, or perhaps you've got a problem or wondering how AI can benefit your business, what opportunities are there, then feel free to drop it in the comments below and I will make you a video just like this, solving a problem or uncovering an opportunity, so you can start to understand how AI systems and tools such as the one I just used here can create massive benefit in your business. Most importantly, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.